Hi, thank you for pressing play to learn more about math at Math4All. Today, we'll continue our lesson on solving systems of equations using elimination. We'll add the two equations together and one variable is eliminated. That's all fine and dandy, but what if we have two equations that look like this? 8x minus 5y equals negative 17, and 4x plus 3y equals negative 25. If we add these together as is, we will get a real nice mess. And maybe you remember, but even substitution is not a good choice for this one, because to solve for any of the variables, it will create fractions galore. Ew! So, we will instead use the advanced elimination technique. Step 1. Decide which variable that you want to eliminate. We're looking for any coefficients that are factors of each other, because we need a positive and a negative of the same number to get them out of there. For our equations here, my x's have coefficients of 8 and 4. 4 does go into 8 evenly, so I will decide to eliminate those x's. Step 2. Multiply one or both equations by a number to achieve the same number, but positive and negative. If I multiply the second equation by 2, both equations will be 8. So I will choose to multiply it by negative 2, so we will get negative 8x. And don't forget to distribute. Negative 8x minus 6y equals 50. Step 3. Add these equations together. The x's are toast, and we have negative 11y equals 50 minus 17, which is 33. Step 4. Solve for the leftover variable, and we see that y equals negative 3. Step 5. And lastly, go back and put that negative 3 in for y into any of the equations to find the other variable. I'll choose the top equation. 8x minus 5 times negative 3 equals negative 17, and the solution is x equals negative 4. We'll write it x comma y for an answer of negative 4 comma negative 3. Here's one that's as difficult as they get. Don't worry though, we just have to multiply both equations by numbers so that a variable can be eliminated. Take this example. 6x plus 5y equals 19, and negative 7x plus 3y equals 22. Yes, these numbers are intentionally a little rough, but we'll just go through the steps we've learned. First, we pick one variable to get rid of. If one of the coefficients went into the other one, then we would pick that. But 6 and 7, nor 3 and 5 make it that easy. So, somewhat arbitrarily, I will pick the smaller numbers of 3 and 5 to get rid of the y's. I will multiply the top equation by 3, and there will be a 15 in front of the y. 18x plus 15y equals 19 times 3 for 57. Drop down to the second equation now. I could multiply it by 5, but remember that one needs to be positive and one negative. So we'll multiply by negative 5 instead, remembering to distribute that negative sign to everyone. 35x minus 15y equals negative 5 times 22, which equals negative 110. Nice big numbers that make it look worse than when we started. Sometimes we do need to go backwards to move forwards. Let's see if we can get anything pretty by adding them together. 18x plus 35x equals 53x. Those y's are gone, then 57 minus 110 equals negative 53. Wow, surprisingly easy now. X equals negative 1. We're almost done. Let's put in negative 1 for x into the first equation. 6 times negative 1 plus 5y equals 19. So, y equals 5 for a final answer of negative 1 comma 5. You just followed along a little math puzzler. Awesome job. Maybe you can see that sometimes the trickiest part of these is to not make any silly math mistakes. Next up is using these techniques to solve problems with strange solutions and then lots of different word problems. So keep watching to learn more about math. See you next time.